The year was 1826. The marble halls of Topkapi Palace were quiet, but tension filled the air. Sultan Mahmud II, ruler of the vast Ottoman Empire, sat in his chamber, reading letters brought to him by a trusted aide. His face was calm, but his eyes were alert. He knew someone was watching him, even within the walls of his own palace. Mahmud II had enemies, not foreign armies or distant rebels, but men in silk robes and golden slippers. Men who smiled by day and whispered in shadows by night. They feared the Sultan's reforms. He wanted to change the empire, to make it stronger and more modern. They wanted to keep their power and traditions. In secret rooms, behind heavy curtains, a group of high-ranking officials met. Among them was a former vizier, recently removed from office. He spoke in a low voice. The Sultan has broken old laws. He destroyed the Janissaries. What will he destroy next? Our titles, our land, our lives. The Janissaries had been the elite military force of the empire, once loyal, now wild and corrupt. Mahmud had crushed them in a single bloody day. Smoke rose over Istanbul, and the streets ran red. Some praised the Sultan for his courage. Others plotted revenge. One night, a message was found under a servant's bed in the palace. It was written in code, but the meaning was clear. The falcon must fall before the sun rises. Mahmud's guards doubled. Food was tested for poison. Visitors were searched. Yet the Sultan remained calm. He even rode through the streets in public, his eyes scanning the rooftops. He smiled, but his hand stayed near his sword. Meanwhile, in a quiet mansion near the Bosphorus, another plan was unfolding. A nobleman named Ahmet Pasha, known for his charm and wealth, hosted grand dinners. But behind closed doors, he spoke of rebellion. He wrote letters to generals in distant provinces, promising gold in exchange for loyalty. Some ignored him, others agreed. Late one evening, a strange event occurred in the palace. A eunuch disappeared. He had served Mahmud for 10 years. His body was never found, but a dagger was discovered under his pillow, its blade engraved with the word justice. No one spoke of it, but rumors flew like birds. The Sultan trusted few people. But there was one man, a Greek-born advisor named Yorgos, who had proven his loyalty many times. One morning, he came to Mahmud with news. They planned to strike during the Ramadan feast, Yorgos whispered. In the garden, with knives. Mahmud nodded. Then we will give them a garden full of knives. Guards hid among the trees. Lanterns were lit early. A feast was prepared, but only a few men were invited, men whose names appeared on the secret list. When they arrived, dressed in fine robes and fake smiles, they were greeted not with music, but with steel. But others remained in the shadows. A Sufi mystic in the city preached that the Sultan had angered God. A poet wrote verses comparing Mahmud to a snake in silk. A foreign ambassador received a bribe to pass military secrets. Still, the Sultan ruled on. His reforms continued, but each night before sleep, he sat by a window and listened to the wind. It carried voices, some loyal, some dangerous, and somewhere, behind a curtain, another hand held a pen, beginning a new letter. He walks without fear, but fear walks behind him.